When looking at the brain, a specific neurological breakdown reveals how much human processing speed we normally suppress. Institutional psychology often frames success as a matter of restraint, demanding that we use rational thought to continuously inhibit our impulses and emotions. This outer layer, the neocortex, is physically positioned to inhibit the deeper brain structures below it. It acts as a biological governor, a constant braking system that regulates our instincts. But what happens to our latent capabilities when this inhibitory system fails? Our focus on impulse control may come at a hidden cost, the accidental suppression of our most rapid cognitive responses. Tourette syndrome represents a mechanical failure of this circuitry. It is a state where the brain's ability to veto its own signals simply stops working. Neurologists describe this as a loss of free won't. When the circuitry fails, the person loses the capacity to prevent a sudden action before it reaches the surface. The driver of this process is dopamine. In a typical brain, this chemical coordinates our physical movements and signals reward. During an episode, dopamine levels surge in the deeper brain structures, bypassing the rational veto and overwhelming the neural receptors. This creates a biological paradox. The same chemical that triggers these outbursts is the exact same one that enables rapid action and physical drive. The neurologist Oliver Sacks once documented a patient named Ray, a young man who lived at the extreme edge of this chemical surge. Ray's life was dominated by violent physical tics and verbal outbursts. He struggled to sit through a meal or hold a job without his impulses taking over. But his data revealed a strange outlier. In sports like ping pong, Ray's reaction times were significantly faster than those of any trained athlete. He applied this speed to jazz drumming, converting his physical tics into rapid-fire improvisations that followed a logic his conscious mind couldn't have planned. Within this chaos, Ray found a kinetic melody, a state where his movements occurred at speeds that bypassed rational hesitation entirely. Ray's performance suggests that the neocortex normally acts as a filter. When that filter is removed, the brain reaches speeds it is physically prevented from hitting. Doctors eventually intervened to manage Ray's tics with Haldol, a drug designed to neutralize his dopamine activity. This chart shows how the drug molecules block the receptors, effectively starving the neural network of its primary signal. On the medication, Ray became calm and socially integrated. His violent physical outbursts stopped, but his speed disappeared. His drumming became rhythmic but uninspired, and his athletic reflexes dropped to a standard human baseline. By chemically restoring his self-control, the clinical treatment had also removed the mechanism that enabled his exceptional reaction times. Ray eventually chose to split his life into two distinct biological states. During the week, he used the dopamine blockers to maintain his role as a functional member of society. But on the weekends, he stopped the medication, allowing the dopamine surges to return and reclaiming his ability to play music at those higher speeds. Ray's choice highlights a biological trade-off. The circuitry required for societal stability is often the same circuitry that limits our peak processing power. We are trained to value self-control above all else, often without considering the cognitive speed we lose when we tighten that grip. Recognizing this trade-off is the first step in seeing the brain as a set of competing systems rather than a single unified self. If you had to choose between being a reliable citizen or possessing reaction times that no typical human could match, which biology would you pick? The highest levels of human performance may only be available to those willing to loosen the restraints of the rational mind.